Well, the more things update, the more they stay the same, right? Okay, now, hopefully I can grab what's causing the problem here. There's a pallet that went in funny. Gimme, gimme. Put you down. Can I get in you? And you're still doing this. And Q. Alright. Look, you. You need to behave. You really, really need to behave. Oddly enough, this is exactly where I intended to be. Now, I never did buy this chunk, despite it being supposedly the best spot in the game to mine. Let's get that out of the way. But I wanted a place to start fresh so I could try something. Half my crap's on a pallet back there. But anyway, what the plan is to see how much of this crap. I want to try. Look, you. I had enough out of you, physics engine. Because I thought I had a reactor in here. Oh, it's on a pallet, that's why. Oh, shut up, you. Everything out of the pool. I want to see just how good the reactor is. So we're going to a brand new spot to despoil, because I haven't bought it yet. I'll have to go back and get a whole bunch of pipes. And we're going to set up and see how well the reactor does on top level dirt. Because, just cause. That's the whole reason. Alright, so it's time for a little bit of science here. So up until now, if you wanted to increase pressure, you had to worry about these things. Now we've got a reactor. So those things will pump up to increase by 50? Is that what it said? Here. Let's pull it right out. Output by 25%. So you would need 4 of these things. So if I put it in the right way, one of you ways is going to be the way I want you to be. One of you ways. Where's the door? Yeah, fine, good enough. One of you ways is going to be the way I want you to be. So you would need 4 of these and 4 shard bars or whatever you're going to use to pump up your water pressure. That's all. Got the 5 of these things, which should go for a while. I'm going to let it run for about 30 seconds. Not too long, because 1, it's going to be loud. 2, we should be able to tell immediately if there's any kind of difference. Right? So I could have put a booster there and a booster there. Well, no, I would have needed 4 each to get each of these up to 100%. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run that. Obviously, this is the pinnacle technology of what we would have had before the update, but still. We'll let that run for a bit. I got a reactor. I got a couple of the powered boosters there. I hope I have enough cable. If not, the store is just over there. So if I turn you on. Oh, and I turn my sound down. I've never used a ram drill before. You're supposed to work top end dirt, right? Oh, you have a switch. Tunk. That goes in there. You are slow as hell because you're like 25%. Right? This is literally just going into a hole in the ground. Oh boy. Oh fudge. Well, I guess that's what unstuck is for. Let's get back here real quick. So you can see we had some tiny little bits of iron. Some tiny little bits of gold. You are just the slowest thing ever. Tunk. One little nugget of cloudium. Let's go for one more. Punk and puh. Shard and iron. Okay. So, turn you off. The irritating part is that the easiest way to do this, I gotta wedge 2 pipes in here. So it's literally going to be a matter of taking all of this, which I don't know why I bothered nailing it down in the first place. Well, no. If I'm taking that out of the system, I can leave this all here. But I have to move these all back one. Dunk, 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 dunk. Okay, give me a second to enjoy Adventures in Plumbing, and we'll see what the reactor does. Okay, a brief bit of plumbing. That's going to make next to nothing because it's still working off of... You didn't even get in there. Be that way. So I shut you. I don't know if you're working yet. It's already working quicker. But it's our conveyor belt causing a problem here. Okay. Because I don't have the water pressure to the goddamn conveyor belt isn't good enough. Are you kidding me? You know what? Forget it. Forget it. One way or another, science is going to occur here. Oh, I heard that. The ram drill's already working better. I gave us a couple of things. Here's a slightly bigger thing. I think we're getting slightly bigger stuff. That was a jam. We haven't got one of them yet. The ram drill is definitely going a lot faster. Now, like for like the basic bit of kit. I would say we're definitely getting better. Okay. Let's shut you off. You are definitely... Let's just randomly throw things in every direction here because that's how science works. Let's funnel out of the way. So, what do we have? It looked like we were getting better. I'm not sure anymore. Everything's about the same size. Might be a limitation that we're using top dirt instead of bottom. But the ram drill definitely sped up, which means this guy is going to speed up. Now, I don't remember. Bigger yield with better water pressures. You should have like 99% water pressure there. The only way I can do this better is to give you 100, and I'm not sure I have enough cable here to do that. Back here, you. If I do that, where I point out that my electrician's apprenticeship papers were signed under duress. You there. You there. You there. And I'm short one goddamn cable. Okay, quick trip over to the superstore and does 100% power. Oh, you'll spit that window when I'm not looking. For real. Slicko, you want it off again. Delays. Okay. Don't fall in the hole this time, please. Nope. I don't see much of a difference between 99 and 100%. However, that said, this is a ram drill, and it shouldn't make much anyway. If I grab a shovel, like this, and we do that. Is it the size of the dirt, maybe? Oh, for real. Game, you're killing me. Killing me. Absolutely killing me. Absolutely killing me. On the upside, I actually can't clean this up fast enough. Put my own dirt on there. That's my own dirt. Nope, no difference. Okay. Definitely more productive, I'll say that. Than at the smaller one. If I take a bigger chunk of dirt. Because I know you can combine dirt. There's a big fat one. Let's just do this. Let's grab all of this dirt. We're going to shut you off. There's only so much you I can put up with. We'll combine these into a big dirt. As big as you're going to get. Alright. Big as you're going to get. Turn that back on. Billy goat my way back up here. Grab big dirt. What happens? One. Disappointment. That's what happens. Complete and total disappointment. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Anyway, it definitely seems like a much better use for all those shards a person accumulates. Had I brought a scales over, I would know exactly how much smaller that bar got. I would know. They didn't quite science strongly enough, I guess. So the next bit is... I already got one's bottom dirt with the Goliath. And it pays off a lot better than it used to, I'll say that much. When they did one of the last nerfs. I suppose what I could do is visit the old... Yeah, it's epic parking, I understand. Go visit the old one there and literally just shovel stuff on and see what happens. Although I don't see much of a difference happening. Right? Like, this stuff seems to automatically scale down when you automate it. With the idea that because you're not the one doing it all. I put it. You can have all the machines working for you to pay off at a rate you couldn't, even if you were, I'm talking with my hands, even if you were working as hard as you can with the pan and the brush. So, definitely works. I know there's a... Tell you what, let's go to the shop for a minute. Let's just go check out the shop, shall we? So again, right here, here's Bridgeport, not Bridgeport, Bridgeport. I don't know what you're pouring, but anyway. We have... This is the cart shop. If you, Agile-E. I said, you're not going to be transporting as much, and I guess you don't have to refill it with the water jug. Was this sunken boat always here? I don't recall. I know these are things I purchased, and they proceeded to fly away, winding up everywhere. You're not. Scrapyard. So all the conveyors and stuff are in a different spot. This was all one big store at one point. Conveyor Nation. The fancy furnishings. The basic construction stuff. And up here, Hobson's Power Works. All the stuff that goes on. Now there is a, I don't understand how you would charge this battery. Well, no, that's a lie. I guess I would. It's got a plug right there, right? Stores power from reactor to transportation. I'm not sure why you'd need to transport the power. Given how plentiful shards are. I bought a powered magnet. I still got to try it out. It's funny they have just a regular cork here, eh? With everything else. So there's a powered David, which I ought to try. Powered filters, which I guess would be nice, not having to constantly repair filters, right? Like you just feed your endless supply of glowy blue ingots into things. The powered pipe intake, I don't quite... Like you have that and you have this. Like for, okay, outputs 100% pressure. Who cares? That outputs 100% pressure. Right? Like this still needs... This needs power to put out 100% at your water source. This will dump 100% power directly into a machine. I get that it's there for the sake of like all the things you could power. I'm just not sure why you would. And there's the the destroyer. Who says light when powered? When 9-digit. I'll have to figure out how this logic stuff works. Does not drain power. So at least you have some light when things are running. And this guy is if you put a button here or a lever, you'll be able to flip it off. Logic value toggles to 0 to turn off, +1 to turn on. Toggle to 0 to turn off. Oh, so you would want a lever, which only has the option of on. If you hit a button, it would only work temporarily? I mean, it's a button, right? So a lever would allow you to shut the valve off from a distance, I guess. Like if you had this hooked up, if you were on... the last place I was on where the water was underground and you were doing stuff up top, you want to shut the water off, and you could hit a lever and it would shut the water off down there. But then you could just put a tap closer. I get that it's there for completion's sake, but my little moving part only brain doesn't understand electronics, so that's what that's going to be. I really don't get. I legitimately don't understand how this thing is going to work. Okay, that's just durability reader. That's all it is. Requires logic to input to create bar. Takes damage. So it just creates like what size of bar? How's it like you just let it pour for a while and you hit a button and it cranks out a nugget? But the crucible already exists. This guy here. Now that I get a look at it, I get how it works. Right? When a logic value bigger than 0 is enter hurdles. So you'd throw 4 tool bags full of wrenches into that thing. And then I guess if you had... How would you do it? When any logic value larger than 0. Don't get it. Button, lever. Larger than 0. So you would have to find some way to make the thing you were looking at. I don't get how you'd repair stuff with it. Like I can see you just load them all up and you put them all on a button. And then, oh, things are broken. Button hit, spits, wrenches, stuff's fixed, back to work. But the only things that you're going to need to fix typically are water filters. And the water filter breaks, everything shuts off. So far. Or at least it did the last time I played with it. The water filter's broke and everything quit. I'll have to figure that out somehow. And then these guys are redstone. Counter. Go to the gate counter set by passing logic on the top. Logic reading on the side. Counter is set by passing logic into the top. So if you had some idea of how much stuff, on average, what your production was before all your water filters broke, maybe? That's a tough one. Compares to if the equal output logic of 1. Add. So that's an or. It's an and. Bigger than, subtract. Logic files has one direction. Turns an incoming logic of 0 into 1 0. Incoming logic of 0 into 1. And anything bigger or equal to 1 into 0. I'm positive there's a way to do this, but computer logic escapes me. And then the dynamite we played with goes kaboom, but not kaboom enough. Needs a much bigger kaboom. It's an earth-shattering kaboom. That's what it needs. The David I'm definitely going to try, I think. I don't get any difference between the David and the... See, there's no powered Goliath. Yet. The powered David drains small power. So it literally just saves on having to pipe water, and instead you're just piping power. I get that it's there for completion. But I'm a very simple man of very simple parts. And I like things that do things without having me to think about it. But I'll think about how some of this stuff works. And if I figure it out, maybe I'll see you in the future.